During this Pride Month, it's common to see the rainbow flag being proudly displayed as a symbol of hope for LGBTQ people all across the world. But just how did the flag become a symbol of pride? Joining us now is Terry Beswick, Executive Director at the GLBT Historical Society in San Francisco. Thank you so much for being here. So really quickly, take us back to the beginning and the creation of the flag.
Sure, absolutely. Thanks for having me, Heather. It's good to be on the program tonight, and happy Pride Month, everybody. Yeah, 1978, San Francisco, Harvey Milk was supervisor. They were looking for a new symbol that would represent the growing gay liberation movement, as it was called at the time. And Gilbert had this idea. Gilbert Baker was the originator, the creator, designer of the rainbow flag, which of course has become ubiquitous since then. But in working with a group of collaborators, they stitched together these two enormous flags that they flew over San Francisco's UN Plaza in Civic Center, where the parade that year was ending. And so, and they managed to commandeer the two big flagpoles there at UN Plaza and to fly up these huge flags that were 30 by 60 feet. So they were really quite enormous. One of them had kind of stars on it, like, and we call that the American rainbow flag. And the other one just had the original 8 stripes. The flag that you're seeing now is flying over Castro in San Francisco and has 6 stripes. Has become commercially available, but this one had 8 stripes. And so Gilbert passed away in 2017, and we were able to go to his apartment where he was living in New York at the time and collect for our archives at the GLBT Historical Society many of his artworks and costumes and drawings that we have on display at our museum right now in the Castro. But it wasn't until later that it was discovered that among his belongings was this fragment of one of those original flags from 1978, which had been thought lost for over 40 years. And it was in his sister's garage in Texas. And we were able to bring that back to New York. And then I went to San Francisco several weeks ago and brought it back home where it was first created. So that's basically the story. We've had it authenticated, and people are already coming in to see it at our museum in the Castro. And it's really amazing. It's behind plexiglass, so you can't touch it. But it's really wonderful just to be in the presence of this huge artifact. It's still quite beautiful. And to think about just what an impact it has had across the world in terms of determining safe places for LGBTQ people, and also as a political symbol of our fight for equality. So it's really quite incredible.
Yeah, it certainly is a remarkable piece of history, and especially when you think about the fact that, everyone thought that it had been lost. I want to really quickly, though, ask you, where did Baker get his inspiration? I mean, what's the meaning behind each of the colors?
Well, there are 8 different colors, and I'm really glad to see that we were able to bring out this original flag and help to tell the story of all those colors. But Gilbert did assign specific colors to each of them, and like yellow stood for life or the sun. Turquoise and pink are part of that original flag, and they had to take those out because they were not commercially available for the 6-stripe flag. But pink represented sexuality, so I'm loving that we were able to tell the story and bring that back as well. And then the turquoise represented magic, which I think is also really appropriate and representative of the LGBTQ community. And the great thing about this flag and all these colors is that they represent the community that is so incredibly diverse. We are all races and ethnicities and genders and sexualities, of course, but also nationalities and ages and abilities. And this flag, as Gilbert conceived it, was intended to represent that full spectrum of the amazing LGBTQ community.
Yeah, I remember reading an article in which Gilbert talked about the rationale behind the flag, and he said this: we needed something to express our joy, our beauty, our power, and the rainbow did that. We're an ancient, wonderful tribe of people. We picked something from nature, and we picked something beautiful. Your lasting thought about having this remarkable piece of history right here in San Francisco right now?
Yeah, well, this is really a seminal work of art, and it has spawned so many other different flags to represent different identities that are part of the LGBTQ fabric of our amazing community. But but having this one brought back home and to help to tell the story of our community in the last 43 plus years is really a wonderful thing to have. And it's hard to describe the significance of it. I mean, there have been so many millions and millions of reproductions and iterations of this flag that have spread throughout the world. And it's hard to really think about how somebody had to have that idea. Mm-hmm. Somebody had to pull together that crew to, get that fabric and dye that and run it up and then popularize it around the world. And so, it's very inspiring to think about, what others can do in a similar vein.
Mm-hmm. Well, we really appreciate you coming on and sharing that history with us. Terry Beswick, really appreciate your time this afternoon. Thank you.
Thank you. And check out the museum. It's glbthistory.org.
Good reminder. Thank you, Terry.